Is an industrial process management app which I made for Android, and I'm going to go through this app to show you how it works. So the first thing we're going to do is press the Add Process button where we're going to create a new process. So the first thing I'm going to do is pick the date of process from my date picker calendar, and now I'm going to select the location of process. And now I'm going to key in the description of process. I'll call it a new process. And you'll notice up top there are three buttons: Next, Previous, and Main. Main takes you back to the main menu, obviously. And I will click the Next button to proceed to the next screen. Now I'm going to pick my total time of process. I'll say 0.75 hour. And now I have to pick my process type. I'll say convection. And now I'm going to pick my process material, which will be copper. And now I will press the next button to go to the next screen where I will pick total employees needed for the process. Let's say 5. And now I'm going to pick my customer needs by delivery date from the date picker calendar. And now you'll see there's a previous button also. We can click that to go back through the screens to see what you've entered. Now I'm moving forward to the last screen, and this is where I will add the steps that comprise the process we've just entered. So the first thing I do to add a step is to select the time of the step. I'll say 20 minutes. And now I'll key in the step description. Step 1. You can call it whatever you want. Now I have to pick Add Step. This will add the step to what will be the beginning of a list box. And I'm going to add a few more here. Okay, now I have 5 steps in this process. Now we want to save all the updates we've made, and I will do that by pressing the Save Process button. Yes. Okay, now I'm going back to the main menu, and the next thing we will do will be to get a process. And this brings up a listing of all the processes I have in the app, and we're going to pull up the one we just entered, which is a new process. And I will click Choose Process. So that brings me up here. Now let's say we want to make some changes. Let's change the location of process from rack to shelf. And we'll click Next. And let's say we want to change the process type from convection to oxidation. And we want to change the time from 0.75 hour to 1 hour. Now I click Next. And let's say we want to change the customer needs by date from October 19th to October 21st. Next. Okay, now we're at the last screen. Now let's say we didn't really want to add step 4 and we want to take that out. So what I do is highlight that by putting a check mark next to it. And I'm going to press Remove Step. So now we just have 4 steps in there. And again, I need to save my process. So it saves all the changes. And we'll go back to main and we'll pull up this process again. And you can see the changes we've made have been saved. I'll go back to main. Now let's go into get process. Let's say there's a process in there we don't want. We want to get rid of second process. So I just highlight that, press the delete process button. Yes. And that gets rid of it. And that basically sums up how my industrial process management app for Android works.